Using an elaborate verbal language is something unique to humans. We are the only primate with vocal cords developed enough for complex speech.
Oh, the dog got old. So
Today, these third graders are learning a gestural language. Deanne Draper, one of Koko's caregivers, is teaching them American Sign Language, or ASL, the same nonverbal communication system Koko was taught.
gorilla. Right, you guys are great. If she wants to tell you yes, she usually says good. Good. Another one of her signs is chase. Chase. Good. This finger, candy.
Koko has created her own version of sign language called Gorilla Sign Language, or GSL. She has adapted some signs to fit her large hands and body.
You can see this is an imprint here of Koko's father's hand, but his thumb is only about as big as mine. When you try to make some of the signs in American Sign Language with a teeny little thumb, it's impossible. This is a K, and the way people do it is, this is Koko. She usually doesn't make the K because there's that thumb thing again, right? She can't reach this one too well, so she usually just does this. Koko love. There you go, Koko love. Visits. Okay, visits. You guys are very nice visits. Nut sandwich. Nut sandwich. When Koko does hurry, she doesn't just go hurry all the time. She uses different modulations. She uses hurry or hurry or hurry or hurry.
What had gone unrecognized is that humans and gorillas share a fundamental ability to learn language.
Just like you can't teach language to a child, they learn it. It's that same distinction. It's not training, it's exposing her to something and letting the wiring, the genetic makeup, do what it would normally do.
We love you, Koko.
One day in September 1976, Penny told Koko a surprise was on the way. A baby gorilla was joining the family. Penny and Ron had heard of a young male named Michael who needed a home. They jumped at the opportunity to add him to the family. The goal was to provide not only a companion for Koko, but also a potential future mate.
When we first got Michael, I remember opening the cage because I wasn't afraid of gorillas and letting him out. And, you know, he ran right to me and hugged me and sunk his teeth into my shoulder. You know, since then, he was very good with me.
When Michael and Koko met, Koko was disappointed. She signed wrong, old. She'd been told he was a baby. Michael was already 3.5. Their first few weeks together were a bit difficult. Much like an only child being introduced to a new sibling, Koko wasn't ready to share her world. Ultimately, the youngsters were left to work it out, and their struggles turned into a raucous wrestling match. They eventually settled into a comfortable relationship. When Michael wasn't pestering Koko, they often engaged in a playful game Koko called Quiet Chase, hide and seek. Penny soon enrolled Michael in the sign language preschool, and after just 12 months, he had learned more than 20 signs. Over the next 3 years, Koko and Michael doubled in size, and Penny knew it was time for a more spacious and permanent home. In 1979, Penny and Ron moved their gorilla family from Stanford University into the nearby Santa Cruz Mountains. The 6.5-acre site became the new home of the Gorilla Foundation, which Penny and Ron had established in 1976. The secluded woods and nearby orchard provided the gorillas with a quiet sanctuary. They now had a small buffer from the outside world. Here, Penny and Ron could live and work right on the property. And there was plenty of room for spacious play yards to be built for Koko and Michael. By now, an endeavor expected to last only 4 years had gone on for nearly 10. During this time, the bond between Koko and Penny had matured into an intimate friendship. Observing their interactions reveals a relationship based on respect, trust, and love.
You want to tell me about that? What are you doing? Oh, you don't? All right, it's private. I won't bother you then. You paint how you feel? I feel nice. You there. Okay.
Koko was now fluent in signing. She had been given a voice and used it freely to convey her wants and her needs.
Why would I owe you a nut? Because you're good? Oh.
Like Chase in. Chase where? You toilet. Do go.
Do you sleep?
The obvious emotions that Koko showed me in the beginning were crying, distress, laughing. Oh, tickling her was just so funny.
You gorilla! Tickle, catch! Okay.
All the subtle emotions are there. The guilt.
What happened? Broke bad. Hungry bad. Oh, honey. Koko love. Oh, all right. We'll make up. I give you a kiss. Thank you.
At one point, Ron was filming and I was doing something else, and she's eating paper. She's always trying to steal little bites and looking like, do they know what I'm doing? I know I'm doing something that is, quote, is bad.
No, that's not the way to play with her.
Koko was proving daily that she experienced and understood complex emotions, and she had no trouble making her feelings known.
There were times like raising children where they drive you nuts and you do shout at them.
That's it.
Mostly, I think what you're seeing is that she fascinated me. If she had been my human child, I wouldn't have had the same patience. Not to say that it wasn't frustrating at times, but that it was tempered by this just fascination.
What are we doing?